So I'm all happy camper over here. I can now utilize these wonderful toys in a live performance conversational setting, which is cool. There's some tutorials where you'll see people um, show certain things on the computer screen, and it's really cool to be able to do it too. Um, yeah, I have a lot of fun with this, and in some cases, I kind of like using the this opportunity to write riffs and experiment and stuff like that. So it's cool. It's a cool tool to have. Now, why am I here? And possibly, why are you sitting here watching? You're bored, I guess. But I've got a gig coming up in 2 days from now. Today's a Thursday evening, so Friday, Saturday, and driving up to Austin, Texas. Cool town, Austin, Texas. We're going to jam out. I'm going to be playing with Anialator. Been playing with them for a few years now, on and off. Filled in for some session stuff on guitar, and did a flight gig with them, and then some drumming stuff. Did quite a few gigs drumming. And took went my own way, did my own thing, came back, and put this album together along with Alex and Tony, and it's what we're up to these days. That's what we're doing. So right now we're playing these tracks, and for those of you who know me, you know that I've got a few projects that I juggle. Not too bad, not too crazy, but I take them all very seriously, and so if you don't practice, man, you're gonna notice it. You're gonna notice it. You might get really clever and put something together and record it, but you can't just let it go. You can't neglect it. You cannot neglect it, because if you do, and suddenly you find yourself trying to replay it live, you're gonna feel like discomfort, to say the least. So. Practice. Remind yourself how to play the songs that you know that you wrote a long time ago. Keep playing them. Keep the gears oiled. So that's what I'm going to do. And secret motive here, ulterior motive, is these videos are pretty cool because they help, if not remind me how I put these together and how to play them. Maybe if there's a scenario where somebody else needs to play them, they can see more or less how it's done, and a little bit of ear rehearsal, a little ear training. And these videos, and you might, be able to discern it for yourself and be able to play it. You never know, man. You never know. Could need a guitar player, or maybe I won't be here anymore. You never know. So it's good to have these things documented, and, they're good reference material, right? So that's cool. So, this track, let's just get to it. This track is track 2 off of the most recent album Anialator released. I put this one, this was actually the second song I wrote, and it happened to be the second song on the order. It's called Memories of Terror, and this song's pretty cool because it was I was having fun with extra aggressive thrash and trying to put my fingers to work, So there's a solo right in the beginning, and then there's one at the end. It's kind of neat. Kind of when I'm playing it, I get I get a little bit nervous and have to wake up at the beginning and then really have to end strong. It ends with a you know what I mean? So it's you always want to start a song strong and you want to end it strong. And those are the most complicated parts, is when you're trying to noodle around. So I put that pressure upon myself, and it's fun. It's fun. When it all comes together, it feels good, right? So it's a good show. Anyways, so to break this one down, the beginning of this one is nothing. I'm not reinventing the wheel, ladies and gentlemen. Spoiler alert. Not reinventing the wheel, but I am enjoying spinning it a certain way. This one starts off with a diminished run, and if you don't know what a diminished I don't know, fill in the blanks. What a diminished interval is, an arpeggio, all that stuff, the tritone and whatnot, all the nicknames it gets. If you don't know that by now, and you're really missing out. You probably just started playing metal guitar, because that's a cool sound that you if you don't figure it out on your own accidentally, possibly some music you listen to is using it. Me, I figured it out accidentally because it sounded really demented, and then I come to find a band, became my favorite band in my life, Voivod. You know, they would use a lot of these harmonies, chords. It's a diminished fifth, right? You got a power chord, you make it flat one half step, and there's your diminished fifth. Throw in an octave, and it just keeps growing, right? So you can do cool arpeggios because it's just a shape. It's not like a moving intervallic dance. It's just symmetrical. So that's how this solo starts. It does a... Take off the distortion. Little out of tune. It's all good. Punk rock. Yeah, you know, it's got this pretty basic. And then it's got it kind of sweeps of the last three notes. Does that a couple times, and then does this like little blues influenced chromatic dance. And we slide that little sabor in the end. It's kind of Phrygian going up to the 9. Right? And then right here we're at A sharp. Oh, technically I'm tuned a whole step lower, so G sharp. To G or A, whatever tuning you're in. We're tuned to D standard. It's basic sweep. Minor. And when you get to the top, you just descend with a scale. And resolve. So that's like the first part of the scale, the solo. And the next part is feels a little more... it's got a different flavor to it. It's a whole different part of the neck. The second solo is the... based off of like it's another pentatonic thing, but it's more like an Asian scale. Yeah, it sounds like this. It's that scale. I learned it from a Marty Friedman rabbit hole I got into a long time ago. But it just dances in a pattern up that scale. Then we do the little tickles, a little tapping. And then it ends with into a G minor or F. So that's it. And again, the whole trick about it is to play it on tempo. To play anything on tempo feels different, you know. And then live is like a whole other thing, right? Because everybody's all excited and everybody's playing too fast, and you can't hear yourself or you can't hear the people next to you. And it's for reasons like that, you know. If you're playing live and it sounds like shit, too bad. You gotta adapt with it. It's not like your rehearsal space. It's not like the jam room. Live is chaos. Life is chaos. How about that? How about that? I think that deserves an echoed. Yeah. Yep. So, anyways, let's try it out. Try it out, as they say. as they say. All right, let's arm the track. Let's see how it goes. And go. I had to hit the pedal on the floor. I didn't know that thing wasn't on. That's what I meant to do. Oh, and then that button. We gotta get all the echoes. All right, let's try this again. There we go. Yeah, I see that wasn't too bad. The more you do it, the easier it gets, and all these wild things that you stimulate yourself putting together when you're putting it together, and you're like, wow, man, that's really interesting, and you challenge yourself. You just do them a million times, and then they become muscle memory, and you level up your game. And here's one thing I want to say about leveling up your game. I think a lot of it just has to do with staying comfortable. If you can think at a certain speed that works for your song, then physically it'll come out a lot easier. A lot of times people get derailed by the action of the moment. Like, yo, yeah, it's loud, it's crazy, and you're sweating, and it's super hot, and there's lights flashing, and there's a fog machine blowing right in your mouth. You have to zone all that out, and you have to just stay you have to think calmly and swiftly. If you can think fast, you can play fast. I know it sounds like duh, right? But I mean, you'd be surprised, when it's like when people fire a weapon, you blink, you flinch, or you're throwing a punch and you kind of flinch right as you're punching, or you're gonna get punched. You blink and try not to mentally flinch when you get into a moment, whether you're drumming or you're playing guitar. Try not to flinch. Try not to just be present, be in the moment. Don't get lost in the moment and go by muscle memory. Try to get comfortable, try to be in the moment. And spending half an hour at home after work noodling over something that you do live on stage, you're going to feel it at your next show. You're going to feel that much more comfortable. So I guess that's it for now. Keep practicing. Fools.